No, this is not an STI review. One of those isn't happening anytime in the foreseeable future until Subaru corrects that problem. However, we have a temporary solution in this, the all-new WRX TS. On the outside, you're gonna know it's a TS because it has a bunch of extra black trim all over the place, and then there's a TS badge. The new WRX badging up front is a nice little red treatment. These get 19-inch wheels, which almost seems a little too big for this class of car. I would love to see an 18 instead. They are wrapped in Bridgestone Potenza 007 tires, which out here on the road feels like there's plenty of grip, you know, no complaints there. I would love to see what a car like this could do with a set of Michelins on it, but you know, that's a lot of money to spend on tires for a car like this. Inside, you got a nice big screen, you got a digital gauge cluster, which can do a couple different views, and then you've got Recaro seats, and these seats are fantastic. They're nice, they're really comfortable, they're properly supportive. This is a really good Recaro seat. Hopefully we don't lose them to bankruptcy. Steering feel is excellent, you know, all the typical driving dynamics. Steering feel is excellent. The shifter falls readily to the hand. All of that crap is true here. So what does TS mean? It means tuned by STI, and that's really the case here. You have a set of adaptive dampers. The suspension has been gifted with the tuning effects of the wrenches behind the STI various racing teams. So they've taken the 2025 WRX, they've given it those adaptive dampers. This also gets Mondo brakes. You have 6-piston front rotors, 2-piston rear calipers, big brakes. That is such a massive amount of braking force for a vehicle in this class. And it's probably overkill out here on the street, but that's fine because I want to test the various drive modes that Subaru has for this car. You have Comfort, Normal, Sport, Sport Plus, and then Individual, and you can feel the difference between every mode, which I really appreciate. I appreciate even more Individual, so I can fine tune it. And there's even a little star button here on the steering wheel that brings you right to Individual mode, so you can set it how you want it. Now with the different driving modes, Sport Plus is actually slightly too firm for the street. It's really for really smooth roads or race tracks and stuff like that. Sport seems to be a really nice middle ground. Normal's almost a little too tame, but probably fine for people's daily driving. And then Comfort is almost too comfort, but again, I like that there is such a wide range that you can really fine tune it to how you want it. Under the hood, we have a 2.4-liter boxer engine, 271 horsepower, 258 pound-feet of torque, and these engines are surprisingly torquey. You feel all of that torque, which is great. And part of the reason you do is because this TS is manual gearbox only. And it's a nice shifting unit. The clutch feel is great. The pedals are close enough if you want to do some heel-toe stuff. But you can only explore the limits of a car like this so much out here on the road. So that's why, where it's even better, out here on the racetrack, and especially this racetrack, Sonoma. Scott Speed just pulled up next to me. I think he's got me. All right. This is a place where you really get to try the different drive modes. This is a place where Sport Plus makes sense. These adaptive dampers are wonderful. And 6-piston Brembos in this class of car is just really impressive. If you want overkill, brakes are a great place to have overkill. I will never be upset about too much brake. The steering feel is fun and nicely weighted. I love this uphill turn 1 at Sonoma. I haven't driven here in a few years, so it's I need more time to reacquaint myself with this place, because taking a lap with Scott Speed showed me obviously that I don't know shit about shit, but I already knew that. This is a great car though. Whenever you want to learn a racetrack, an all-wheel drive sports car is a really perfect vessel for that, just because, you know, you're not fighting something rear-wheel drive that's going to want to spin on you. And this just has an entertaining all-wheel drive system. The gearbox seems like it's up for the party. And like I said, brakes are great. These Bridgestone Potenzas are pretty wonderful.
Okay, normally I'd be spouting a bunch of stuff about how the car feels here, but I was so focused on trying to lay down a decent lap, I spaced. Here's the deal though, this thing is much better than I expected. I've spent some time with the TR, and it was fine. This feels more properly tuned for the task of making going fast fun. The steering feel is great, the brakes are excellent, and the dampers do their job perfectly. Sport Plus is a bit too much for anything other than super smooth road, like on a racetrack like Sonoma, for example. Sport, however, is a perfect setup for canyon carving. Normal is your day-to-day, and comfort is if you just got out of back surgery. It's almost too soft. I drove the car hard on Northern California roads earlier in the day, and it was good. And out here on the track, it's actually pretty awesome. Kudos to the Tuned by STI team at Subaru. Still, it only leaves me wanting more since this chassis can handle it. I know we won't see another STI model until this thing evolves into its next form, but man, do I wish we could get one cooked up for this car here. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see what an actual good lap looks like, here's Scott Speed taking me for a spin.
Come on, come around. Just understeering that one like a pig, but whatever. We'll get it. There it is. There it is. It's supposed to be the cool down lap. All right, all right. Cool down lap. BRZ in front of me to slow us down. It's so playful. It's so much fun. Yes, like you, I wish there was an STI with 300 horsepower. This chassis would relish the extra oomph, but for a car that is extremely wonderful to live with on a daily basis, but then can just come out here to a place like Sonoma and turn hilariously fun laps. I mean, how can you not like that? I don't know what it's gonna cost. I hope it's around 40 grand. If I were shopping in this segment, my heart lies with the GR Corolla. That car is special. That's like, it feels like a rally car with a full interior. I love the GR Corolla. If that's not your jam, this is an exceptional machine if you still want all-wheel drive, manual gearbox, adaptive dampers, 6-piston front Brembo brakes. This is a good car. Yes, we do need an STI in our lives, but since we can't have that, for what it's worth, I will take and enjoy Tuned by STI.